The event. Hey, Emily. Hi.
Hey.
What time is celebration today? 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah, 10:30.
There's a flyer hanging out when I'm
Celebration?
Do I know when that was? I don't remember. Emily, do you remember when we did the Chair Day presentation, when we launched the campaign?
I can find the date for you. Do you need the date? Oh, are you
when it
looking
is.
for the song one?
Yes, ma'am.
I think I have the song too.
I
So
am
let me
good,
go check
yeah.
my email.
Oh, you're looking for the alma mater? Hey, do we have a choir?
And they're setting it up.
All right.
I can join the choir.
Good.
We had just Winnow. We don't have a choir yet.
Wilma?
Aaron's going to be in the choir.
Aaron, will you sing?
I don't know the song.
Have we asked Brandy yet?
Yeah, we work with Aaron and Brandy.
Who here likes to sing?
And anyone else?
I do.
Tom, do you sing?
Art does karaoke.
Aaron
A few
does.
more people
Tomorrow,
on the show.
tomorrow knows how to
Mark's a
sing.
good singer, but he's usually here on
I need to
Friday.
have a few drinks with me, right?
Well, it's Friday morning, so you have to do it alcohol.
Oh, that's right.
Kathleen, are you good? Yeah. Okay.
Well, make me 10. You're good.
Yeah, that would be great.
I think
So it's recording.
Wilma knows what it is.
Just go here, remember that?
I used to sing the Easter choir until
Good afternoon, everybody.
I mean, what?
that was half a century ago.
I'm just gonna take roll.
I'm not here.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Great. Angela Barnes,
Yes.
okay. Anthony Lopez. Catherine Young,
Right here.
okay. Christine Jordan. Christine. Demetrius Atwood. Durgy Johnson. Okay, thank you, Derek. Derek Mason. Diane Porcello.
I don't think she's in this class anymore.
Okay, Erin Yacker. Okay. Jill Crowley.
Here.
Marsha Thrower.
Thrower, yes.
Thrower, sorry, Marsha, thank you. Oscar Martinez. Richard Oscar Kazugan, thank you. Thomas Caulfield. Thomas McGovern. Vernon Renfro. And Veronica Toops. Thank you. I did.
Listen, but I'm not supposed to be here because I'm just a sitting.
Right.
But I am here. Hopefully won't be here after this week.
We still got some toys hanging around from last graduations.
I'm not gonna be in this classroom. After hopefully Jay say this Thursday, this Thursday, so then I don't come over last.
Oh, did you? What a roll.
Oh, this year.
Thank you. So, Winna, I found you 2 choir members next door.
Really?
Um,
I'm trying to get somebody to sing.
2 choir members next door. A woman in the back row, and I already forgot her name, but she not only sings, she can sign while she sings.
Oh, wow.
Which is phenomenal. And Charlie, the instructor.
Charlie sing?
Well, Charlie sings. So we now have Winna and Aaron. I think Brandy will sing.
Y'all want to
We have some guests coming in on Friday morning. Some people from OVR and just a couple business friends, because we're going to rename the room 4 is going to be named the Jack Dan Kanich Yes I Can.
Oh.
In honor of our friends. Who here, raise your hand if you know who Jack Dan Kanich was.
Yeah, the great
Okay.
person.
Does anybody not remember Jack? Durgy? Okay. You guys didn't? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack. Now, Jack Dan Kanich retired He was our first OVR liaison 12 years ago when the academy started. And then Jack retired last spring. And then tragically, several months after he retired, Jack died. Oh, yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah, he passed away unexpectedly at home. So, yeah, it was very sad. So we decided, you know, everything around here is yes, I can. You know, I can do it, yes, I can. We call homework, yes, I can assignments. When you're trying to do something, you want to have fun, we have the Yes, I Can task force, you know, committed to the power of possibility, the whole thing, all about the concept. Jack was the first person that endorsed us starting extra practice and extracurricular stuff under the title Yes, I Can. That was something that he and Michael came up with at a meeting, was the concept of Yes, I Can.
I'm part of that.
Because Jack, for all of his rigid, by-the-book ways that he was pretty much known for, he also had a heart of gold, and he always believed in the power of possibility. So we felt the best way to honor his memory forever would be to name one of our rooms the Jack Dankanich Yes, I Can. So the sign is coming, there'll be a picture going up, and that's what we're doing on Friday morning. And since we're having a few of his close friends from OVR will be here, and a couple of our business supporters, we thought it would be really nice if we were to have a few students that want to sing the Academy alma mater.
I need to learn it.
I know, that's going to happen at break time.
I didn't know we were having that.
Yeah, we do. We have an alma mater. We don't do a lot with our alma mater. We could do more. But yeah,
Janet, what did you say this meeting was going to take place?
it's Friday morning at 10:30. So anybody that wants to be in the choir, Wilma is helping Winna coordinate the choir with Aaron and Charlie and the student next door whose name I've already forgotten.
Yeah, I'm going to be here. I was pretty sure I'm going to be here.
Good. You want to be in the choir?
Yeah.
Okay.
When is it?
Friday
It's
morning.
Friday, 10:30.
You're a good singer. You got to practice. You got to learn the alma mater at break.
Good thing.
Got to be only good singers in this one. Okay. All right. So Kathleen, what was our homework?
Our homework was to read chapters 11 and 13 in the book, and then in the blue book to read 14 up to 15 up to 19. To repeat tongue twisters 3 times a day from last Thursday.
Yes. Who did that? Raise your hand if you've been doing your tongue twisters. Raise your hand if you have not.
I did them in the morning.
They are tongue twisters.
Okay. If you have not, why not?
I forgot.
I did it, but
Okay.
I
You got to remember.
That's why
You need more practice. Well, that's why you have to do it.
Pickle peppers.
Practice,
Peter
practice,
Pickle
practice makes
peppers.
perfect.
Where's the pickle peppers? Peter Pepper pick.
How about this one? It's
Peter
not in the
Pepper
book.
pick.
Sue sold seashells at the seashore.
That one is hard.
You guys know? Sue sold seashells at the
Sue
seashore.
sold seashells at the seashore. Seashore.
Seashells have the seashore.
Why do you suppose Sue sold seashells at the seashore?
Surely at the shore.
That should not your tongue.
Because she was tired of Peter Piper bragging about his pickled peppers.
Oh.
Given the possibility. That's what I
That
started
one's
to
a lot
do with
easier
tongue
to
twisters.
say.
After you memorize them, you can start playing around with them and making stuff up. And
Yeah.
that's when it really gets fun and creative. Good. So that will be a repeat assignment to continue with the tongue twisters because they are very good at getting your brain and your tongue. If you weren't doing it because you weren't good at it, you need to do it twice as much. If you forgot, you need to remember. And if you did them, I think we could all benefit from some practice. Good. Okay, so what else, Kathleen?
And we also had for today to be able to give an example of an active listening.
Yes, that's right. Because listen actively, we all wrote it at the beginning of our books. So, let me just tell you, I was at a meeting earlier today with a group of professionals across town, and their boss for the whole state called the meeting. So it was the boss for the whole state, it was the boss for the office, and it was 12 people that worked there. 2 of them fell asleep. Now, were they listening actively?
No, they weren't.
No.
Do you think they're not in a little bit of trouble this afternoon?
Probably.
There are a lot of, I mean, no kidding, guys. Michael and I aren't that boring. Okay, maybe we are. Maybe we are that boring. But would you ever fall asleep at a work meeting with your boss and your boss's boss?
No.
I mean, you'd be like pinching yourself if you were tired, right?
Yeah, if you were in the Senate, they'd take your picture and put it on TV.
I was going to say, excuse me, Andrea and the snoozing one beside you, would you like to attend my class this afternoon and learn about listening actively? Like, raise your hand and ask a question if you feel yourself getting bored. You know, sometimes you need to do something to make yourself listen. You can be sleepy and it can be hard to keep your eyes open. So, start taking notes. That's a great way to stay engaged.
I'll start taking notes, and next thing I know, there's a line going all the way across the
Well, then you need another thing to stay awake. Maybe you ask questions. Maybe you just say something back every now and then. Maybe you drink coffee. You know, but you can't fall asleep at work. It's a shame. I mean, seriously, why not boring? We were just having a meeting too, like everybody had a chance to talk. It wasn't like a presenter going on and on and on. Did you say yes, I am that boring? You know, you should not mumble under your breath when you're close enough to be heard.
No, you're not wrong.
I know.
I enjoy you as a person. I like you as a, as a teacher so far.
So far.
I ain't gonna
The
say
jury's
what the
still
future
out.
holds,
I
but
know.
so far you're cool.
So far we're all right. But listening actively. Now the active listeners in the room were asking the questions and asking to get involved and saying, could you repeat this? And see, the bosses knew people weren't listening actively because the bosses told us to go in there and teach their people something so their people started doing it. So at the end of the meeting, the bosses are making us repeat all of the main points. Why do you think that was, Oscar? Why do you think that was? No, because they were afraid that nobody was listening. See, they were multitasking on the computers. See, I notice these things because everybody does. The bosses made us repeat the main points because 2 of the people, they knew if you're sleeping, you're not listening. So then we repeated stuff, and I'm thinking, like at first I'm thinking to myself, didn't you hear me say that? And I'm like, aha, I get it. You're having me repeat what you think matters most to the people that weren't really engaged. Right?
That's why you give people
Should we let just anyone in? Maybe not.
No.
That's why you give out free food
Make
so
them
people
laugh.
can pay attention.
That's right. Hey, Vernon. Come on in. We got a full house here today.
Seat over here.
There's a seat over here by Tom. Yep.
Oh, that's like the extra seat.
There's a seat by Tom. We're good. We are good.
Jill kicked me out of my chair.
So, what was your example, Tom, of active listening?
My example?
Mm-hmm.
Today I actually listened to
And first,
Kathy.
tell us your name, your job goal, and your example of active
Hi,
listening.
my name's Thomas McGovern. I'm geared towards customer service. And one deal I don't really know, I'd like to be some kind of technical support maybe, like working for Comcast or in maybe something similar to that. Talking people through over the phone. I actually listened twice today.
Talk about that.
I was doing a makeup because I had trouble getting it in yesterday morning, but I did an internship in the afternoon. So I made up yesterday's class, and I had to listen to Mr. Daniels and walk me through the office equipment, and I had to actively listen when he was explaining to do it, and I got it right the first time. Kind of simple. And also with Kathy today, because over the weekend I had some work with my brother And I hadn't had a chance to really read the book. I read the exercise in the blue folder, the 15 to 19, but the chapters I had written on a piece of paper, and my wife cleaned up over the weekend, and it fell out of the book, so I forgot what chapters to read.
Your
So,
chapters are always in your syllabus.
well, I did read it today when I got here.
Good, nice. Very nice. So you find listening actively lets you do something once, not twice, right?
Should actively listen, I guess it would. You could stop saying the word It was in the chapters today.
That's definitely one thing. Rich, did you practice your active listening skills?
Yeah,
Yeah?
with my mom.
Talk
That
about
was
that.
her yelling at me.
You listened more actively than usual?
Yeah,
How did that work out?
Okay, I guess.
Talk-
Didn't like it out, but it is what it is.
You paid better attention to her than usual?
If she yells for no reason, yeah.
George for no
And
reason.
you usually tune her out?
Well, no, just accept it for what it is. Yeah.
Right. Well, maybe you want to practice active listening in a positive setting. Like practice listening a little more. Kathleen, what's an example of a setting Rich might be able to practice his active listening in? Can you think of one?
In the school setting, you can practice here when you're having a conversation, maybe when you're doing a review session with someone.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime, do you ever find you often ask a question and don't bother to wait to hear the answer?
Yeah.
You know, when you ask someone a question, wait to hear what they have to say. If I were listening more actively to the volunteer next door, I would have caught her name. But I was listening while moving around. We all tend to do that sometimes. That's called half listening. And it's not nearly as good as all the way listening. Because all the way listening lets you catch all of the good things. How about you? Name, job goal, and what you experienced through active listening. Oh, you didn't get the example, the homework. Okay, that's right. Angela, what do you have?
Angela Barnes, intake coordinator. Excuse me for saying so many times.
It's okay, we're gonna work on that next.
Okay, when you say you want an example of active listening,
I want an example. Homework was to practice being a more active listener. Practice being more attentive to what people are saying to you so that you're more engaged.
my grandson had a presentation to do for the senior class, and he did the presentation for my daughter and I, so we had to sit there and listen to him and question him afterwards, like, this is class question.
So you had to force yourself to pay close attention.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit of work, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was his topic? But it was not really of interest to you, so you had to really force yourself to listen, to honor him, and to be able to answer questions. It's kind of what those people at the meeting today were supposed to force themselves to do, which was hear the presentation because their bosses wanted them to. But instead of engaging actively, they're getting actively talked to right now, I'm pretty sure of it. What do you think it is? Who else finds they get easily distracted when you're listening? Do you think that's something that we learn over time?
Yes.
You can train yourself to think differently to it.
You can talk
I've
about
done
it,
it.
Demetrius.
I was in that situation. Matter of fact, I had an example this week, and my son's called. He's an IUP, he's third year. And I normally would say, all right, Jared, I'll call you back. And don't call me back.
Oh,
So what I did was a couple weeks ago, I started training myself and tell him, okay, guess what? I'm not going to finish this conversation right now, but I'm definitely going to call you back so I can listen to you clear. And 20 minutes, once I got this one, I gave him more.
that's good. Yeah, you know, you don't have to take somebody's conversation the minute they're ready to give it to you. If you don't have time for someone and they ask if you do, tell them honestly you do not. Because if you pretend, that's not active listening. You're going to promise something you don't do, and how bad do you feel when you do that?
So I found out that's what I was doing a lot. And I was making promises I could do.
Yeah. That doesn't feel good, does it?
No, but I
Yeah.
reversed it now.
Yeah, it's better to be authentic and say, I don't have time to give this the attention it deserves right now. Let's set up a time to talk later. You know, call me tonight, call me tomorrow. It's more important to be attuned. Do you think all the distractions we have, like the computer screens in front of us, the things around us, our cell phones, our other thoughts and life activities that are going on, do you think it all makes it harder to be attentive?
Sometimes.
I'm going to teach you guys a method to pull it all together to be a more attentive listener, and then we'll keep going around the room. So I want everyone to sit up straight where you are. Put your coffee down, put your pens down, whatever we're doing. Sit up nice and straight. Everybody take a deep breath in with me. Okay. Now if you feel comfortable standing, I'd like you to stand. And if you're more comfortable sitting, remain sitting. And if you feel like standing up, go ahead and stand up with me. And if you're standing up, I want you to put your right foot in front of your left foot. And lean all your weight forward. And if you're sitting in your chair, put your right hand in front of you and lean on it. I want you to lean and lean and lean.